Hi everybody and welcome back to the Hottest Twinks YouTube channel, the Hottest Twonks YouTube channel, and today I'm going to be talking about a more serious topic, and that is my date with Celebrity Man. This was supposed to be my dream date with my dream man, but it really was not that at all. I'm gonna be so honest. But before I get into the story and the date of everything that happened, I just want to say I am still going to keep this person private because that's what they respected. I'm not going to be talking about their name or how you guys would know them because I promise you guys all know who this bitch is. I also want to add a little bit of a trigger warning because the stuff that I talk about and the stuff that happened might trigger a couple of people. So anyway, let's just get straight into this shit. So I met this guy, Celebrity Man, who lives in Miami. I met him off of TikTok. He saw my TikTok videos. He slid into my DMs. He said where he's from. I'm from Massachusetts and this guy lives in Miami. So of course I knew that like it's what it is, you know, but I realized I might take a trip down to Miami. And so because I had Celebrity Man, I had Miami Man, I had all these people that lived in Miami who I really liked, so I booked a trip to Miami. After I bought my plane ticket and Airbnb in Miami, that is when Celebrity Man got even more active with me. We would text and talk on the phone multiple times per day, and this was probably like 3 weeks of talking back and forth, so obviously that adds up to a lot. The things we would talk about is my trip to Miami, like what we like doing, just all that like typical talking stage stuff. Nothing was out of the ordinary. Everything was fine. Tuesday, March 10th is when I landed in Miami. He almost like got a little distant with me, which was weird, but I really thought nothing of it. But I'm somebody who reads the room very well. I can always like read off of people and know if they're like telling the truth or not. My intuition is just always right. Even if I don't follow it sometimes, it always ends up right. A couple of hours after I landed on Tuesday, March 10th, I was supposed to hang out with Penthouse Man. This is man like so different from Celebrity Man. Penthouse Man is the hood rich one that has roommates and lives in a penthouse. That man tried trafficking me. Tuesday night, I ended up doing nothing. I just chilled in bed and I was also editing a lot of videos, and I believe that whole entire day me and Celebrity Man never talked. It was almost just me getting fucked over by Penthouse Man, and that man was like, oh, come to my house, let's chill, come hang out with my friends. Like, bitch, I did not travel all the way to Miami to hang out with you and your boring friends. No thank you, I can do that in Massachusetts. On Tuesday night is when I posted a Snapchat story, and so of course Celebrity Man swipes up and he's basically like, oh my gosh, you're in Miami, like let's hang out. And I'm like, okay, like what do you want to do? Because I want to see people's intuition. If they pull a Penthouse Man and they're like, oh, like come hang out with my friends in my apartment, I'm gonna be like, no, like I'm in Miami, I want to go to the beach, I want to hang out at the beach, I don't want to hang out in your dumb little apartment. Celebrity Man replied to my message. I believe he said like, what restaurant do you want to go to? Or like, what area do you want to go to? Bitch, I do not know Miami. You're my like travel advisor slash date. Like, I do not know shit about Miami. This is my first time in Miami Beach. I don't know shit about this place. You're the one that should have the restaurants. You're the one that should have like these locations that are like underrated that you love going to. Like, I don't know shit about Miami. So this man was already pissing me off, but I was like, I gotta do it for the bucket list. You know, like I promise if you guys know who this is, you would probably do the same damn thing and ignore all these red flags. So that went on for a couple days, and fast forward to Thursday night, me and Celebrity Man had plans to go on a date, but last minute he ended up canceling, saying that he was too exhausted. It's whatever, I understand. Do I understand that you cancel plans last minute? No, I think that is super shitty, but at the end of the day, I still wanted to see this man, so I was willing to like lower my standards a little bit. Biggest fucking mistake, y'all never do that shit. So again, on Thursday is when Celebrity Man ends up canceling on me, and now it's time for me to talk about our date. Our date, and that was Friday the 13th, which bitch, it fit that so well. Ew. 11 a.m. rolls around and Celebrity Man texts me and he basically says, let's go on a date tonight. Let's hang out tonight. And I'm like, okay, finally, but bitch, like, let's actually do it then. You know, like, it's really not, like, it's fucking 2-3 hours, like, you don't, it's just so annoying when people cancel last minute. But anyway, like, obviously, if there's a valid reason, cancel, but if you're just exhausted, like, get a fucking cup of coffee or some shit, damn. Like, now, I'm starting pissing me off again. Another thing I want to bring up before I talk about the actual date is Friday night the 13th is when Lady Gaga was performing in Miami, and so I had the option to go see Lady Gaga or go on a date with this gay Celebrity Man, and I'm the biggest fucking idiot for choosing to go on a date with Celebrity Man. Bitch, I could have seen Gaga front row and I chose to see Celebrity Man. Y'all can fucking dislike this video on YouTube just for that. Because, bitch, I would. I would be like, you're a dumb ass bitch. And that's how I feel right now about myself. So the day comes around, the place is about 10 minutes away from me. He's like, hey, like, I'm here. I'm like, okay, bet. I'll be there in 10 minutes. I think I'm a couple minutes late, but the date was planned so last minute that that's kind of expected, especially when there's traffic, this, that, Ubers take forever. He also texts me on Snapchat and basically says, tell the front lady my first name and she'll lead you to this area. So I'm like, bet. So I show up, but when I told the restaurant lady his name, she went, like, bitch? Like, I don't know if that was her gasping, like, oh shit, like, leave? Or her gasping be like, oh, like, you know that person. Something's telling me it's the first one, low-key. But anyway, so I see him, we hug, and we sit down and start talking. This was probably the most awkward situation that I've ever been in because it was just so fucking awkward. I was nervous, so I'm half the reason why it was awkward, but the conversation didn't even flow. Like, that was the second person that I went on a date with in Miami, and the first person I went on a date with in Miami, that shit, it's literally like I knew that motherfucker for years. But Celebrity Man, it was so awkward. And it was because there was like these spaces in between answers. I don't know how to explain it. But bitch, like, if you guys were there, it was awkward as fuck. About 10 minutes into our date is when he brings up the fact that y'all grab onto something. You're gonna want to sit down for this. Celebrity Man told me that he has a fucking husband. Y'all. I was gagged. I was literally gagged because nowhere beforehand did this man tell me that he had a fucking husband. Bitch, I am the most anti-open relationship person that you will meet. I think if it works for you, it works for you. Will I be friends with you? Yes, I think that's fine. But will I go on a date with you and basically waste my time? Because I am somebody who's looking for a husband. I think that I'm very straightforward about that. I'm not in a hookup culture. I am looking for my fucking husband. I'm not looking for somebody to play around with, some married man to play around with. No, thank you. No, thank you. And so when he tells me that he's in an open relationship and I am basically the mistress, he asked me how I feel about it. And so the answer that I gave to him, it was kind of like a safe answer because at this point we were still sitting down at dinner. I wasn't going to be like, I'm against it. I basically lightly said that, oh, like, it's not for me at all. At all, bitch. But if it works for the person, it works for them. And y'all, side note, and there's a lot of tea in this, I asked him how his open relationship is going. Any guesses? Y'all drop a comment? Is there like a thought in your mind already guessing what he said? He basically said it's terrible. Motherfucker, you made this system. Like, I really don't get this. Like, I would hate my life too if I was in an open relationship. No shade. No shade at all. And again, if it works for you, bitch, it works for you. I support it. I support whatever makes you happy. Would I do it or be involved sexually with somebody who does it? No. Not at all. After I give him my very honest answer about me never wanting to be in an open relationship, and that is something that I will never choose to do. I would rather be single. I'd rather literally die alone. He tells me, give it 10 years. Didn't you just say you fucking hate your life for it? Like, this shit literally pissed me off. This shit was pissing me off. I felt like I was in a reality TV show. I felt like the cameras were about to come out. I feel like a bitch was literally like about to come out like from behind the scenes. Because I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I feel like some people are just so desperate that they can't be alone that they're literally settle for anything and hate themselves for it. And that part, because what the fuck? What the fuck do you mean give it 10 years? Like, bitch, Anyway, let's just keep going because this shit really had me like, and it gets worse. It gets so much worse somehow, bitch. Like, this shit actually pisses me off to this fucking day, and it's been like 3 days since this happened. Immediately after we got off that conversation about being monogamous, being open, this is that, he brought up the fact of where's this dinner gonna lead? To my Uber, like right outside. Because what the fuck do you mean, where does this dinner gonna lead? He literally brought up the fact that like he wants to hook up after this dinner. Mind you, like, I brought it up to him that I don't do hookups, period. He's seen my TikTok videos. He saw me online talking about it, like texting him that I don't do hookups. I take things very slow. I wouldn't even sleep with the person I'm dating. Like, I have to be in a relationship for months before I sleep with that person. But for him, apparently it goes in one ear, comes out the other. Like, a bitch, like, I don't know if he's deaf. I mean, I did have to like repeat my words a couple times to him, so maybe he was deaf. So after I told him that I don't do hookups, this motherfucker had the audacity. Can I get the check? Can I get the check? So basically, the second I said that I'm not gonna sleep with you, you're grabbing the check so we can leave. And when he said that, guess what I did, y'all? went immediately on my phone because this man's playing in my fucking face. So what I'm gonna do it right back. That shit honestly pissed me off, you guys. I was ready to leave, but I do some shit for the plot, which I'm done doing that. I gotta trust my intuition. I should have got up right there, said fuck you, and left because that's what that man deserved. So after we walk out, I thought he was about to just call an Uber and leave, and I was gonna be like, thank God. But what we did instead, he asked me, do you want to go for a walk? I said sure. So we walked about like 5 minutes to South Beach in Miami, and it was nighttime. I think it was about like 10:30, 11 p.m. and the beach is pitch black and there's nobody there. So you can obviously guess what this man was trying to pull. This man maybe does this all the time because he literally like knew a spot, which is even more nasty. We get onto South Beach and he pulls out a lounger and we sit on it, and I am thinking, what the fuck is this man about to try? Because he's already done like the most. I've already told him so many of my boundaries, and he just like, whoo, like doesn't exist to him. This man has obviously never been told the words no. So after he pulls out one of like the beach lounger chairs, he sits it on the floor. I take a seat on it because I thought he was pulling out for me. What he does is sit right next to me. And so at this, like, this is a very, like important context of the story. At the restaurant, I only ate like 1/10. Like, bitch, 10% of my fried rice. And this fried rice was $40, y'all. But it was like 3 pounds. Like, also the best fried rice I've ever had. I've never had fried rice this good. And since this motherfucker called to check and wanted to leave so early, I could not eat it at all. Like, I could not actually enjoy it. So I, of course, got it to go. And so going back to the lounger, I made sure that it was me, my leftovers, and him. Okay, like there was a good little gap, you know, and my leftovers was that like wall of like, don't fucking go past this wall, bitch. So what he does is grab the leftovers and puts it on the sand, like right next to the beach loungers, and scoots closer. What gave you the impression to do that? I really don't get that. I just want to also say again, like, trigger warning to anybody who just gets like, I don't really know the words for it, but this is kind of like sensitive information. But what he did next was put his hand on the inside of my lower thigh, very lower thigh, almost touching my, you know what. And so he kind of like rubbed his hand up and down, and I immediately just like shouldered it or like elbowed it because I was like, what the fuck? Like, you are so fucked up for that. And right after he did that, he said like, oh, like we don't have to hook up. Motherfucker, what are you doing then? Why are you like literally touching me? I didn't give you consent. I gave you no type of like feeling that I want that. Like, there should be no thought in your head that that's what I want. None. I told you that I don't do hookups, and even if I didn't tell you that, why the fuck is your hand on the inside of my thigh? Did I put it there? Did I say do it? No. And so after I push it away, again, he says like, oh, we don't have to hook up. At that point, I still don't get it, because is that not hooking up? So you just want to like rub private parts with like rub my private part with your hand? And like, that is literally a hookup. That's the part that I don't get. Like, he tried tiptoeing around my boundaries, which again is so fucked up. That man is a loser. Literally a loser. So after I kind of like shouldered him and said like, get the fuck away from me, like mentally I said that, he like started like touching me more, which like, it's just so messed up. And what makes me even more upset is the Nicholas from a year ago would have not stopped that. Even though I don't do hookups, the Nicholas a year ago would have let the man keep going, even though I never wanted that, and I would have never told him to stop. And the reason I would have not told him to stop is because it would have made it awkward. I was such a people pleaser, and I was such just a yes man, that I, again, would not have let that person stop, and they would have continued to do what they wanted to me, even though after I would feel like the ugliest and just the most nastiest person ever for letting them do that to me. There's more to the date, but the reason that I'm filming this video is because for anybody out there, especially if you are a young gay person, it's always okay for you to say no but make things awkward. I'm trying to make that the point in this video, because if I can help one gay person out there not go through what I went through with these men, it doesn't matter how rich they are, what their status is, how attractive they are. If your boundaries is that you don't do hookups and you made sure to tell that person that and they still go forth with it, you don't owe anybody anything. Say no, make it awkward, make them look like a fucking loser, because that's what they are. If somebody won't respect your boundaries, you don't owe them anything. ever. After that situation at the beach went down is when I left. I called my Uber and went home. Me and my fried rice were just so scarred from everything that happened on that beach, and y'all, it somehow gets even worse. On the Uber ride home, I had an anxiety attack and I started crying because I felt so nasty. Not that I let this man do anything to me, but the fact that he just like so low vibrational of a man that it just really like took everything out of me in that moment. I felt just like trauma from the past was being brought up, and that was like the worst feeling ever. And so when all that happened, and in the Uber ride, after my Uber arrived to the hotel, I got out and I went to my room and I just started crying so bad, and a bitch was hungry. So I started looking for my fried rice, and tell me why I left that shit in the fucking Uber. At this point, I'm fucking pissed because I am like, not only did I literally just get like, not assaulted, but as close as you can be to it. Not only that, but I just left my $40 fried rice in the fucking Uber. That is basically the end of the story. I think this man even texted me good night. Fuck you and your fucking good night. I just want to say, never be afraid to stand up for yourself and tell that person no, because you'll be very grateful that you said it. Thank you guys for watching my video. If you guys have any questions, my DMs are always open, or just share any stories. My DMs again are always open. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next video.